Hey radio family, we've got a new way to win. Ace TJ Prime Rewards. Win great stuff like gift cards, Ace and TJ merch, concert tickets, and exclusive money can't buy experiences. Win it all with Ace TJ Prime Rewards. It's so easy. Download the Ace and TJ family app in your app store or at acetj.com/app and start winning with Ace TJ Prime Rewards. New winners every week. Fun and free. Get the app and play Ace TJ Prime Rewards. We always knew you were a winner. Now it's your chance to prove it. Get the app today.
The modern day Mr. Rogers.
Please won't you be my neighbor?
This is Ace and Friends.
So here's what I love. Right as we're coming on, Reagan says, I got a bone to pick with you. And I was like,
Yeah.
Okay, well then let's get into what is the problem.
Can I pick my bone?
Yeah, pick your bone, Reagan. What is the problem?
Yesterday, I'm listening to I was not here yesterday.
Yeah.
I had to go to a bunch of radio station meetings and stuff like that. So I was not here for the Ace and Friends radio show. And so I just quickly previewed. It was awful, by the way. I'm glad I'm back. I'm just kidding.
Thanks.
But you say that I'm like dramatic when unfortunate things happen. You're like, oh, you're so dramatic. Is it that big of a deal? Yesterday, I heard you use this phrase in describing having to go get your license renewed.
Yeah.
You said, I'm in a living hell because you have to go get your license renewed. I'm sorry. Now, as somebody who points out you're being dramatic, you're overthinking it. You're calling it a living hell because you have to get your license renewed seems a little dramatic.
I just meant a couple of things. One, that's how I'm going to have to spend a vacation day.
Oh, no.
That sucks. Not a fan of that.
I'm so sorry.
Yeah. Two, I just meant more as in when you take that and put it in with the rest of my life, I'm in a living hell. I didn't mean that individually.
Okay, I don't doubt that
it
you're.
wasn't that one thing specifically, but yes,
That's what you were talking about at the moment about
Yeah.
getting your license renewed during vacation. You said, I'm in a living hell.
I'm in a living hell.
I thought that's a little dramatic. Maybe a touch.
It's fair. Yeah. I just meant kind of collectively. That is one drop in the bucket. That when you look in the entire bucket, you're like, well, that is a mess.
Well, you're going to get your license renewed, and you're going to be fine.
And now I got this worry because people are saying, somebody messaged me and said, hey, you're not going to get a hard license, so you won't be able to use that to fly on Friday, but if you have a passport, that's fine. And now I'm thinking, wait a minute, I wonder if my passport is out of date.
Is it?
Yeah, I think so. I haven't used my passport since, I don't know, 2018. No, I used my passport when I got married, and yeah, maybe it's not out of date. I don't know. I'm okay, I think. I don't know. Maybe I'm not.
You don't have to have the real ID yet to fly, right?
Not yet, no. I'm going to go ahead and get the real ID when I go get my license, I think. But I'm afraid they're going to give me a test and I fail. Then what?
Like an eye test?
No, do I have to take the driving test or just the eye test?
I don't think you got to take a driving
They better
test.
not
do
even
you?
take a driving test at my age. I've been driving so long.
I would laugh.
See, that's what worries me. I will be the laughing stock if I took the driving test and failed it. I mean the book test, not the driving part. The book test and failed it.
Oh yeah.
See what I mean? Living hell. It's a living. I'm already worried about this.
hell.
I'm already worried about something that's not even happened yet.
What could be worse?
Coming up on Ace and Friends.
Well, let me answer that question, Rob. Paranormal Piper from Pineville. My sister is back under extreme circumstances. Coming up next.
This is Ace and Friends.
When it comes to losing weight, sometimes you don't even know where to start. You know that it needs to happen, but you need some help. Well, you start by going to acetj.com/weight loss and ordering Calitrin. Calitrin is scientifically proven to help you lose weight, and it is not a drug. It is not a drug. Repeat that. So here's what you do. You go to acetj.com/Calitrin, order 3 months, and then you'll get 3 months free. 4 months, 4 months free. That's how it works with Calitrin.
Meet up with your friends.
Love it.
Ace and Friends.
It has been a few weeks, and she is back under duress from Pineville, Louisiana. Not, however, in our childhood home that she owns and lives in now. It's Paranormal Piper from Pineville, my sister. But you are somewhere else because the heat index in Pineville, Louisiana right now is about 104, 105 every day. And the air conditioner went out at the house?
Air conditioner went out. It's actually been hotter than that.
Okay.
Hotter than 104, 105.
So
A couple of days ago, it got up to 112.
yeah, they kind of have two places about 10 minutes apart from each other because there's my mom's house that my sister owns now that's in the neighborhood where we grew up. We're the only people who've ever owned that house in 50-something years. And then the place they had before that, they still have, which is kind of out in the country
In Buckeye, yeah.
a little bit, about 10, 15 minutes apart from each other. So you're at your original house.
At our our trailer.
Okay.
And we still have it because Jeremiah's in high school. So.
Yeah, and that's his zoning for the best school place. So
Sure.
So it's hot.
Yeah.
And that has to put a damper. You couldn't see that coming with the third eye being open and all that? You couldn't see that air conditioner was going to go out?
Okay, Smarty. No. And bless his heart, Odell's been trying to work on it. But what we think, he went up there and he's flushed everything out. And because he's done that before, and that usually cools it off. So they left it running, and I'm going to go by this afternoon and check on it. It may just need Freon. I don't know. I'm praying that's all it is. So.
But he's got to need something because you can't be in that
unit's
house without
over 30 years old though.
Oh no, that's not a good start.
Well, the original one lasted over 30 years. Like the original unit, air conditioning unit in that house lasted over 30 years. My mom was like,
this is over 20 years
I got to
old.
get an air conditioner. I'm like, well, Mom, it lasted like 34 years. I don't think you can complain too much about that.
They don't make them like that no more.
Right. You can't throw a fit like you're about an air conditioner every other year or something.
Exactly.
I know that's expensive, but 34 years, whatever, is a pretty good run out of an air conditioner.
It'd be cheaper just to buy a couple of windy units and plug them in. You know what I'm saying?
So, we're about out of time in this segment, but just so I know going forward, because you and I have not talked about this on purpose, has there been a lot of work when it comes to the paranormal, the readings, all that kind of stuff? Anything big that we can talk about coming up? Just a yes or no?
I do. Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. So we'll get into that coming up next. Hang on.
This is Ace and Friends.
Our friend Richard Toccato of the Richard Toccato Companies is here, and you know you got a lot of pressure on you right now with the credit card debt. Let Richard help you. What are you going to do?
We're going to skip summer and make payments in the fall. How about that?
Nice.
And the best part about it is they're going to do that using the equity in your very own home. All you have to do is let Richard Toccato and the Richard Toccato Companies walk you through the process. It starts with one free 5-minute phone call. 704-800-4719. 704-800-4719 or online at homewithrichard.com.
Richard Toccato Companies, Equal Housing Opportunity, NMLS number 38652.
This is Ace and Friends.
My sister's on the phone. We call her Paranormal Piper from Pineville. She's in Pineville, Louisiana. And Paranormal Piper because she's into the paranormal, and she's approved that name. She actually kind of likes that name. I think I really thought you should have used that on your TikTok and everything, that you're a Paranormal Piper from Pineville. That's got a nice ring to it. She's out in the country. You're cutting out on me, so you got to. You may have to go stand outside.
Step outside.
Yeah.
Let me step outside.
I mean, trailers out in the country, you know.
Yeah.
Trailers in the country because her husband Odell doesn't want to live in the city.
Sure.
Of Pineville, like in the neighborhood.
The big city.
Right. So, all right. So, what's been happening in the world of the paranormal and all of your readings and all that stuff? What's been going on lately? We haven't talked to you in a couple weeks.
Well, I have been doing a lot of private readings. That's what's been sustaining me right now.
And that's people those are people that contact you on what, TikTok or Facebook or what?
They contact me on TikTok, Facebook, YouTube, and message me for private readings.
Okay.
And you're reading.
So,
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Wait, no, I have a question. You're reading tarot cards about them for them?
I do tarot cards. I can do a Ouija board, divining rods, a pendulum, candle wax, flames. Just depends on what they want done.
Isn't a divining rod for water?
Well, that was one of the questions that just came up.
It is used. Yes, they are also used to try to find water.
Okay. And how long does the reading session last?
Private readings last at least 45 minutes.
Okay. So do they ask you questions and then you like turn over a card to see what the answer is, or the divining rod leads toward yes or no or something like that?
What I do is I usually use 7 different decks during a
Okay.
reading, and I cover all aspects. I cover your personal life, I cover career, finance, your love life, shadow work, which is things that you need to work on to improve yourself
Right.
Oh yeah.
that are affecting you from your childhood, and then self-improvement, which lets you know, look, this is going on right now in your life, and these are like deep breathing exercises or meditation or just take a step back.
Okay.
So they'll know how to help in dealing with things in the future.
Have you ever done this for Odell, your husband?
Nope.
No, he didn't want to do it, huh?
We don't want to have anything to do with it.
Have you done it for Jeremiah, or do you have to be of legal age? Jeremiah's 15. He just turned
I've done
15.
it for Jeremiah.
Oh,
I've done
okay.
it for Jeremiah.
Okay.
Some of his friends. It's funny when when his friends that are couples are like, "Can you do a love reading on us?" And I'm like, I will, but you're not gonna like what it says.
I love reading on like a couple in high school or something.
Like, but we love each other, and I'm like, well, I don't even have to use the cards, and I'm like, well, I can tell you right now, just that's not your person.
Yeah.
Oh.
How can you tell just by looking at them? Like you see the aura or whatever?
When I ask them their birthday,
Yeah.
and I go by characteristics of their birth sign, their astrological charts.
So you can tell right away because of their birth dates that they're not compatible.
And at the
Okay.
point that they're at in their life, what
Right.
like I'm like, what are you interested in? What do you like? What do you don't like? And then what do you like? What do you don't like? And then I look at their astrological chart or signs, and from there determine
Okay.
if it's going
All
to
right.
be a long-term relationship or a
Well, I know what
short
we're doing.
relationship.
I know what we're doing next time on Ace and Friends when my sister is on. We're going to get some birthdays together. Do my birthday and Amanda's birthday. Robin Meredith. We're going to feed Piper all the birthday info and see what she says about the future of these relationships. All right.
Absolutely. I would love to.
Me too.
Ooh. Wow.
So I know you got to get back and work on that air conditioner, but thanks for taking a few minutes to come on with us. I'm looking forward to next time. So keep me posted on what happens with the air, though.
I will. Hopefully it's just for yawn.
All right. Sounds good. Love you. I'll talk to you later today.
All right,
That's
love
my
you.
sister, Paranoid Piper from Pineville.
Yeah.
Bye, guys.
Don't say anything, Ring Stella. Hang up.
You just cut her off.
Yeah, I did. Okay. Anything you want to add, Riggins?
No, I think we covered it all there.
Yes. Yeah, did we cover anything?
Nothing.
I don't really know. Good news
clear
is
cut.
Yeah.
This is Ace and Friends.
Richard Toccato, the Richard Toccato Companies is here, and you know he's all about options. That's what you're always saying. I got options. I got options. What
No,
are the
yeah.
options?
The options are to get the equity out of your house at the most cost-effective way that's going to save you the most amount of money, paying off credit cards, home improvement, whatever you want to do.
And that's one of the reasons you would use the Richard Toccato Companies instead of a bank, because they give you so many options. And it all starts with one free 5-minute phone call, 704-800-4719, or online at homewithrichard.com.
Richard Toccato Companies, Equal Housing Opportunity, NMLS number 38652.
The Johnson Group has been cleaning some of Charlotte's most prestigious businesses since 1985. Family owned and operated. Learn more at acetj.com/clean. It's first class cleaning with the Johnson Group.
Ace and Friends presents
I'm about to have a good day.
the good news.
Here's just another reason to always be grateful in life. Another study has come out and says that being grateful can help you live longer. It tracked almost 50,000 senior women and found the ones who scored highest in gratitude tests had a 9% lower risk of dying from any other cause.
That's awesome.
And you think, 9%. 9% is a pretty decent amount when you got 50,000 people who were surveyed. So if the higher they scored in gratitude, the more likely they were to have a lower risk of dying from any cause whatsoever, which is pretty wild. And I love this. Syracuse University is working with a charity called Guiding Eyes for the Blind to let students train seeing eye dogs. 2 students are currently training a 1-year-old black lab and a 4-month-old yellow lab. They're allowed to live with them in student housing, and they'll be able to attend college basketball games to get them used to large crowds. The goal is, they say, as they expand the program, to make it very easy and very accessible to come to Syracuse and have a seeing eye dog that is familiar with the landscape, with the world around them there, and really make it easy for them to get around.
That's cool.
It's a pretty genius idea. And a video has gone viral of a woman in Rhode Island who jumped into a river to save a rabbit during a 4th of July celebration. She got a huge cheer from the crowd, and then a boat swung over and picked her up. She had a hard time climbing into the boat, but refused to abandon the bunny. They were
That's
like,
cool.
we're here to help. Hand us the boat.
Just pass them up.
Hand me the rabbit, and then you get up into the boat. You know,
That's amazing.
yeah, that was pretty cool. I don't know the backstory to how the rabbit ended up in the water,
Yeah, it
or if
probably
she had
happens.
any relation to that.
Yeah.
But she just jumped into the water, saved the rabbit.
I love that.
Good for her.
Yeah.
Good for her. Riggins. Next.
Follow Ace and Friends on all social media platforms at Ace Cannon Media. More Ace and Friends coming up.
Our friend Richard Toccato of the Richard Toccato Companies is here, and you know you got a lot of pressure on you right now with the credit card debt. Let Richard help you. What are you going to do?
We're going to skip summer and make payments in the fall. How about that?
Nice.
And the best part about it is they're going to do that using the equity in your very own home. All you have to do is let Richard Toccato and the Richard Toccato Companies walk you through the process. It starts with one free 5-minute phone call. 704-800-4719. 704-800-4719 or online at homewithrichard.com.
Richard Toccato Companies, Equal Housing Opportunity, NMLS number 38652.
Currents is Lake Norman's #1 lifestyle magazine. Every month, Currents brings you the latest news on what's happening in the Lake Norman area. They've been serving the Lake Norman community for over 13 years. See the latest issue of Currents now at lncurrents.com.
Ace and Friends.
Riggins, is this seriously a fear that you have that has been validated?
Yeah.
By this particular TikTok?
100%.
I had no idea that this was a fear of yours.
Yeah. I don't have many fears in the world. Sharks, snakes, spiders. I
Don't
feel
bother
nothing.
you.
Not at all. But I do fear this one thing.
Here we go.
It ain't many things in this world that I'm afraid of. I ain't really scared of but I promise you, you could rob me with a frog. You feel me? Like, you could run me out of town with a bullfrog. I swear to God.
What is it about frogs that frighten you?
Well, I looked at the comments under this video, and they summed it up absolutely perfectly. They are spontaneous in a way that is unsettling. Like, a frog is sitting there, and they're docile, right? They don't move until they do. And you don't know if that frog gonna go left, right, but it happens in the blink of an eye, and then it's in your face. It's so quick. They're unpredictable in a way that I find deeply unsettling.
Didn't we have a frog in this building?
Yes.
And that's when I first realized that.
You're right.
Yeah.
That's right, Rob. I forgot about that. There was a frog in the hallway or something one
Yeah.
day. And
In the bathroom.
Riggins came in. He was like, there's a frog in the bathroom.
I have always hated frogs. And he's talking about bullfrogs. I mean, that's like a whole other level because they're bigger, I think.
They're bigger, yes.
They're so gross. I mean, first of all, they're so gross to look at. But the fact that they're just totally docile sitting there, and then in the blink of an eye, they're jumping. And you don't know which way it's going, but you got it. They always look wet. Even though they're not in water, those eyes moving around like, all over the place.
Frog eyes are weird. I'll give you that. They're kind of creepy.
They're so gross. And everybody in the comments was like, finally, somebody said it. All we ever hear about is being scared of spiders and snakes and stuff.
I get it, though. And now that you mention it, it's kind of they got the sticky fingers, sticky hands, and then you don't know. They can kind of go. They can go to the left. They can go to the right. Or you could be bending down, looking at it, next thing you know, boom! It jumps right at you.
That would be the worst. Is when it jumps up and you just picture it like splattering on your face. I've never seen it actually happen, but
you know that it could.
It could, yeah, and just they're vile. I hate them. I wish we could get rid of all frogs. I'm sure they serve an important part of our ecosystem. I don't care. Kill them all. It's the one animal I feel no compassion for.
Rob, I'd forgotten about that frog in the bathroom. When Riggins came in and said, there's a frog in the bathroom. We were like, well, go grab it and catch it and throw it outside.
Catch it?
I'm not going outside.
I was ready to get somebody's gun and shoot. I'm not catching the thing. I was ready to mace it.
Yeah, that's a real fear that he has, a frog.
Absolutely.
I forgot about that.
Ugh, I hate them.
This is Ace and Friends.
Well, here we are, another new year, and you're, again, going to try to lose that weight you've been needing to lose for a long time. Well, here's what you need. You need Calitrin to help, because Calitrin is not a drug. No, not at all. It is natural and effective. It's scientifically proven to help you lose weight and get better sleep. When you buy 3 months supply of Calitrin, you will get 3 months free right now, and consistency is the key with Calitrin. So order it today at acetj.com/weight loss. It's Calitrin.
Create an unforgettable experience with the Cabarrus Arena. Learn more at cabarrusarena.com. Weddings, banquets, shows, expos, they do it all at the Cabarrus Arena. Learn more at cabarrusarena.com.
Meet up with your friends.
Love it!
Ace and Friends.
There are names for all kinds of physical conditions. Is there a name for having one ear that's higher than the other on your head? Because I think that's what I have.
Lop-headed.
That's what I've always referred to it as, Rob. I noticed this, and I thought before it was my sunglasses. I had this pair of sunglasses for a long time, and they seemed to always sit tilted to the right side. And so, but then finally I got another pair of sunglasses for my birthday, and I had these on yesterday while I was driving. I was like, this seem to be tilted to the right side. What's wrong with my head? And I think I finally have reached the conclusion, it might be my face. Like my head is off. Is my left ear higher than my right ear or something? Like if I put them on right now, I'm gonna put these sunglasses on. They immediately shift. The left side is higher than the right side.
It might be your nose then. I don't think it's I don't notice anything about your ears. It might be your crooked nose. No, that's how they would sit.
Do I feel better or worse?
No, I don't know. Yeah, kind of maybe.
But when I put them on, do they sit crooked when I put them on? Do they look like they're crooked?
Not.
They don't now. You know why? Because I push the right side up a little
bit
higher into my hat. If I'm wearing a hat, it fixes it. If I don't wear a hat, I try to put them up, and it eventually slides down like that again. See, they're crooked now, though, aren't they?
They are crooked now. You might have a crooked head.
It's my head. There's something wrong with my head. Like, I don't know that it's always been that way.
Well, that's one thing that's wrong with your head.
As you get older, does your head get lopsided?
Yeah, it's probably your nose, though, don't you think?
You think it's my nose?
Because that's what's holding it, squared away.
Well, it could be because there's a whole section of my nose right there. Whenever I pull it down, it goes more right. And then
you have a bump on the top of your nose? Maybe?
Do I? I don't know. Yeah, kind of a little bump right there. Kind of. I don't know.
Could be what it is.
It's my nose. My nose is messed up.
Great. Like one more thing. You got a crooked nose now too.
But it drives me crazy because I feel like every time I put my sunglasses on, people look at me and go, his sunglasses are crooked.
No, you don't see it. I would be honest with you. You know that. Okay. They don't look cockeyed on your face.
Okay. But I can tell as soon as I put them on, I can tell they're tilted to the right.
Just those sunglasses or all sunglasses? Just
no,
those.
My old pair, but I thought it was because they were just old. And I knew that I was missing a screw in it, so I thought it must be that I'm missing this screw in there. And then when I put these on, the first time I put them on, I was like, oh, these feel great. And they're not crooked. They feel great. And then just yesterday I was driving. I threw them on real fast, and I thought, golly, they're tilted to the right.
Your ears are sagging.
I got my left ear higher than my right ear or something.
Getting old sucks. My ears are sinking.
Yeah, it kind of.
Yeah, I don't notice it.
It makes you a little paranoid, to be honest with you.
Yeah, I mean, but of all the things you got going on, your ears are not what I'm focused on.
It's not the one I got to worry about the most.
This is Ace and Friends.
Our friend Richard Toccato of the Richard Toccato Companies is here, and you got a lot of pressure on you right now with the credit card debt. Let Richard help you. What are you going to do?
We're going to skip summer and make payments in the fall. How about that?
Nice.
And the best part about it is they're going to do that using the equity in your very own home. All you have to do is let Richard Toccato and the Richard Toccato Companies walk you through the process. It starts with one free 5-minute phone call, 704-800-4719, 704-800-4719, or online at homewithrichard.com.
Richard Toccato Companies, Equal Housing Opportunity, NMLS number 38652.
It's been a debate here for years.
Does great furniture look good?
Or does it feel good?
Does it fit the style of the room good?
Or does it sit good?
Well, after years of debate
and years of research,
we've decided great furniture
is good fitting
and good sitting.
Love where you live, Lake Norman, and get an Adirondack chair for just $279. In stock and ready to rock only at Sweet Dreams Furniture and Mattress.
Meet up with your friends.
Love it.
Ace and Friends.
Okay, we're going to play a game called Relationship Roulette, and here's how it works. I've got a list of relationship questions here. We're going to pick one at random. So, Tech D Rob, pick a number between 1 and 35.
27.
27. Question 27. Tech D Rob, how do you and your partner handle household chores?
Not well. She does a majority of them.
What do you do then?
I'll do the dishes. I'll take out the trash.
Do you do them regularly, or just like when you cook, you do the dishes? Other than that, you don't mess with dishes?
No, I do the dishes pretty much.
Okay. So you do the dishes to take out the trash?
Yeah.
But actually, like cleaning the bathroom, vacuuming?
Well, if it was up to me, it would be done far less often. So if she wants it done that often, she can do it that often.
Okay. Fair enough. We have a pretty good balance in my house. I do a lot of laundry because I just don't like laundry piled up, and it freaks me out. So I do, and I fold a lot of laundry.
Freaks you out?
Yeah, I just don't like. I don't like if you look in a laundry room and there's a bunch of laundry on the floor or whatever. I'll at least go in there and organize it into a little pile case. This needs to be washed, and this needs to be washed, and this needs to be washed. Give it some organization. And I do. Amanda does like bathroom cleaning mostly, but I do a lot of dishes and all that kind of stuff.
So you're saying like if you walked into someone's bedroom and there were 2 dog crates, and on top of those dog crates were multiple baskets of clothes, that would freak you out?
I would have to just walk right out, Rob. I could not handle that.
I'll tell my friend they need to take care of that.
I genuinely could not handle that. Riggins, give me a number between 1 and 15.
11.
11. Have you ever dated someone who had a pet you could not stand?
No.
Rob?
No, I don't think so.
Well,
I mean,
technically now, Rob.
Well, technically that dog is also partially mine, so it's hard to classify it as just hers.
Yeah.
I don't claim it.
That's right. That's fair, because you were the one that pushed to have that second dog, and now it's the reason that she's not married.
Yeah, well, I didn't push for the dog, but I did say, I think we should look at another dog.
But fair to say, that dog is the reason that Meredith is not married to you.
For sure.
Sure.
100%.
Why'd you do quotes, Riggins?
Yeah, I mean, because I think we've talked about this before. I'm not certain that is truly the.
So you think if the second dog was gone, Rob's requirement, if you don't know it, they won't get engaged after 9 years until the second dog is gotten rid of. Mm-hmm. And then Riggins, you think if the second dog were gotten rid of, he would still have a reason to not get engaged?
I think it's possible that's the reason.
It's okay to say it.
I guess we'll never know.
This is Ace and Friends.
Hey, we're here once again with our friend Richard Toccato of the Richard Toccato Companies, and there are a lot of people in credit card debt right now. I mean, the credit card debt is hot. Now, Richard is the guy that could possibly be relieving you of that credit card heat.
That's right. Let's cool you off for summer. Ooh. No payments till fall, and get rid of all the credit card debt. Ace, we paid off $67,000 with the extra equity that everybody is gaining in this market. Literally, she is saving $1,326 a month. If you have credit card debt, get rid of it. Take the pressure off.
This is a member of the radio family who is saving $1,326 a month, all using the equity within her home, all because she called 704-800-4719 and let Richard show her how it works. Or you can also go to homewithrichard.com. But again, you've got the money right there. Let the Richard Toccato Companies help you. 704-800-4719, the Richard Toccato Companies.
Richard Toccato Companies, Equal Housing Opportunity, NMLS number 38652.
Meal delivery services are a big thing right now, but Table and Twine is your local meal delivery service. The meals are fresh, not frozen like national chains. Plus, their meals start at just $7.99 a serving. Take back that time in your day, leave the shopping, preparation, and cooking to Table and Twine. Get details at tableandtwine.com. That's tableandtwine.com.
This is Ace and Friends.
We all have certain things that when you're dating, you look for as a red flag. I think there are some universal red flags, but then people have their own individual red flags. And here is a red flag I never knew existed until I saw this TikTok.
Do you know what needs to be studied? People with fish tanks. Every single person I've ever known that owns a fish tank and fish is an absolute psychopath. Psychopath. Sick in the head. We need to study this. Why do they want the tanks and why do they want the fish? What do they do to them?
I kind of get that.
Yeah.
Really?
I've known a couple people with fish tanks, and they're not I wouldn't call them psychopaths like she said, but they're just a little off. I think it's the same thing with like reptile collectors and things like that.
Ferrets?
I think ferrets is another good one.
If it's an eccentric pet, I think.
Yeah, that's probably the word I would use. They're definitely eccentric, and I don't even know that it's a red flag.
So what's worse, fish tank people, or people who keep reptiles?
To me, it's reptiles, but
I agree.
I don't know. We might have to start looking at those fish tank people a little bit closer.
I've never considered the fish tank people.
Yeah, she's asked that, right? Like, why do you want the fish tank, and why do you want the fish? Like, what is it about that? Because to me, fish, that's not a pet.
No.
That's like a piece of art. But like,
agree.
What is it about the fish?
See, that's
you
the
can't
thing.
pet them.
I always thought the fish thing was a little different because it's not so much a pet as it is. It's decoration.
It's art.
Almost.
Yeah.
Because you can turn the lights out in the room and you've got these soft lights. There's movement. It is some form of life that gives some activity into the room.
Yeah.
But I thought that was the cool thing about having a fish tank. I didn't want a fish tank because it seemed like a lot to keep up with. But I thought that would be the cool thing about having it, as opposed to having a snake. You got a boa constrictor in the house.
Yeah.
That just makes me uncomfortable all the time.
Yeah, I don't know. But she's like, hey, everybody I've ever met with a fish tank is a psychopath. That might be a little dramatic, but yeah, it is weird. I would like to dive a little bit deeper on that subject.
We need to ask that one day, though. What is everybody I've ever known with blank is a psychopath?
Yeah, that's great.
Like everybody you've ever known with a gun who drives a Camaro. Like what? It could be any number of things.
Yeah. Yeah, fish tank was an obscure one, but I get it.
Yeah.
Or adults with hamsters, you know?
You think they're weird?
I don't know, but it would definitely make me go, oh, there's something you don't see every day.
An adult. You're an adult with a hamster.
With a hamster, right? It's kind of weird.
Yeah, I would be weirded out by that. I've never even given that a thought, but yeah, now that you mentioned it, I'd be like, yeah, you're an adult with a hamster.
Like it's running on the wheel, and I don't know.
You just don't seem grown to me all of a sudden.
Yeah, it's weird.
This is Ace and Friends.
When it comes to losing weight, sometimes you don't even know where to start. You know that it needs to happen, but you need some help. Well, you start by going to acetj.com/weight loss and ordering Calitrin. Calitrin is scientifically proven to help you lose weight, and it is not a drug. It is not a drug. Repeat that. So here's what you do. You go to acetj.com/Calitrin, order 3 months, and then you'll get 3 months free. 4 months free. That's how it works with Calitrin.
Meet up with your friends.
Love it!
Ace and Friends.
Let's take a quick run around a few things that you might find interesting. And one of these facts is going to boggle your mind. Every year, Americans throw away approximately $68 million in change.
They throw it away?
Throw it away. It gets thrown away in one fashion or another. It's in a bag, you throw it away, you know, whatever.
How would they even know that?
I don't know. I don't know how they just study these things.
That sounds made up.
$68 million.
Honestly, that really does sound made up.
Yeah.
I believe everything I read on the internet, but that sounds made up.
Okay. You don't have to believe it. I choose to believe that one because it would make us more money conscious. The United States has nearly as many cars as people. Specifically, for every 1,000 people, there are 908 cars.
Oh, God.
North Korea, for every 1,000 people, 1 car.
1 car.
Yeah. That is the lowest ratio of any country. Nobody owns a car in North Korea.
Yeah.
Jethro Tull, Aqualung. You know, Jethro Tull, that was from Anchorman.
Okay.
Ron Burgundy yelled, Aqualung. Well, it's a Jethro Tull song. Anyway, was actually a British agricultural pioneer in the 1700s. The band picked the name when a guy at their booking agency suggested it because he was a big history buff. Somehow it stuck.
Okay.
That was just, nobody cared about that thing. And The Single American Idiot by Green Day only made it to number 61 on the Billboard chart in America. Still, it is the song they open their shows with to this day.
Don't wanna be an American idiot.
It's a great song. But it was a top 10 song in Canada, the UK, the Netherlands, Scotland, Croatia, New Zealand, and Australia. As if they're all trying to tell us something.
Yeah, okay. In New Zealand. Okay, thanks, New Zealand. Yeah. Like, we told you. Or however New Zealanders talk, I don't know.
That was an anti-Bush the second song when it came out in 2001, 2002, something like that.
That's what we needed. We needed more people against America in 2001. Thanks, Green Day. See ya. Take care.
We've run across something. We're going to have to describe it to you, but the question is, would you eat in this person's home? Once we describe to you a very, well, I mean, I don't want to say too much. I don't want to give it away.
It's so bad.
Yeah, I don't like it.
It's a bizarre way of doing something very normal that we all do. Next.
This is Ace and Friends.
If you want all of the heating, air, and electrical work in your house done by the very best, then you need Bradham Brothers. They've been a family business thriving for over 50 years, and that means they're doing something right. Go to Bradham Brothers.
Ace and Friends.
Corn on the cob is very common, especially this time of year.
Love corn on the cob.
It's like if you're doing some grilling, it's just a great little side dish.
Love it.
How do you butter your corn on the cob, Riggins?
I grab it by either end and burning my fingertips, and then I roll it on the stick of butter.
Yeah. Or you can take a knife and spread the butter over it, and once you get some butter melting, you just kind of spin it in the butter like that. Not this lady. You're going to hear the reaction of some people to how she is buttering the corn on the cob.
Oh, right over there.
Oh, no! Yeah.
My God.
Here's what she does. She takes the corn on the cob and lays it down in front of her. And then she takes butter in her hands, rubs her hands together, gets the butter all over her hands, and then takes the corn on the cob and just works the corn on the cob round and round in her hands, spreading the butter all over the corn on the cob.
That is revolting. That is disgusting.
And this becomes the question. You are a guest. You're in her home. She does that. Are you eating the corn on the cob?
No.
Yes.
That's my answer. Yes, I am.
If I'm assuming that she's washed her hands, and I wouldn't want to see her do it. It would be slightly stomach turning if you watch her do it. But if that's just how she told me, I'm like, I'm still going to eat it. I love corn on the cob.
When I first saw it, I went, oh,
because you've never seen anybody do that.
And then you think about it, go, wait a minute. She's touched all the other food.
All the food.
She's touched every piece of food that's on your plate. And just so happens in this one, that's how she spreads the butter. It's no different. I mean, she has literally touched. If you have salad, she's probably had her hands in the salad, moving it around.
She even butters the corn and then hands it. She goes, tell me that's not the best ear of corn you've ever had. And she's probably right. It gets into every nook and cranny. But to watch her drag 3 or 4 fingers through the tub of butter is disgusting.
And
it's disgusting.
And I think she purposefully, at some moments, makes it look kind of like
provocative, a little.
Erotic.
Yeah.
But it's like, and my first thought was like, ooh, no, I would not eat that. And then I stopped and went, well, wait a minute. She's touched all the food.
All the food's
and
not
you never even
different.
think about that. You eat the food no problem because you're in somebody else's house.
The worst part to me is she just uses her fingers to get out the butter and then just like rubs it in her hand like it's massage oil.
Yeah.
That's really gross. And then just like works.
That's the best description. She gets these big globs of butter on her hands and then rubs it all together as if she's about to give a massage. And then she just massages the corn with butter on her fingers.
I hate that us doing this is going to be on YouTube forever, but it's what she was doing.
Follow Ace and Friends on all social media platforms at Ace Cannon Media. More Ace and Friends coming up.
Richard Toccato, the Richard Toccato Companies is here, and he's all about options. That's what you're always saying. I got options. What are the options?
The options are to get the equity out of your house at the most cost-effective way that's going to save you the most amount of money, paying off credit cards, home improvement, whatever you want to do.
And that's one of the reasons you would use the Richard Toccato Companies instead of a bank, because they give you so many options. And it all starts with one free 5-minute phone call, 704-800-4719, or online at homewithrichard.com.
Richard Toccato Companies, Equal Housing Opportunity, NMLS number 38652.
Meet up with your friends.
Love it!
Ace and Friends.
Hi, it's play another round of relationship roulette. Here's how it works. I have a ton of relationship-related questions. We'll just call out a number. I'll pick the question that corresponds with the number, throw it out, and see what everybody's answer would be. So, Riggins, give me a number between 25 and 70.
42.
42. What's the biggest sacrifice you've made for a relationship?
Oh, that's a good question.
Riggins, the biggest sacrifice you've made for a relationship?
Ooh. Going out of town to go to weddings and stuff like that. That's probably the biggest one.
Because you really hate going to weddings.
I really hate it.
Especially out of town weddings where you only know the girl that you're there with.
Yeah. Yeah.
When your brothers got married, was that uncomfortable for you too?
I loved it.
Okay.
So much fun.
Right. Okay. Take D. Rob, biggest sacrifice you've made in a relationship?
I don't know, honestly, off the top of my head.
Because Rob, you're not known for.
Yeah. I'm not a meet in the middle kind of person.
You're not a meet in the middle. Good point. Mine's easy. It's the vasectomy reversal.
That baby.
Yeah. That would be the biggest sacrifice that I've made because A, insurance doesn't cover it and it's very expensive.
Yeah.
And B, it was pretty uncomfortable.
I believe that.
To have that done, you know?
I believe it.
And then having been 20 years after having a child and having another, it's just weird.
Sure.
All right, Rob, between 25 and 70, give me a number.
42.
He just gave. How do you pick the same number that Riggs just said?
I swear it was a different number.
No, he said 42.
Oh, my bad. I don't know.
Give me another number.
31.
31. Have you ever had a relationship where you stayed friends after breaking up?
No.
Riggins?
No.
Yeah, I guess. Like my ex-wife and I are friendly, but when you have kids, I think that changes everything.
Friendly and being friends is
They're
different.
completely different.
Yeah, you're right. That's fair because we don't hang out.
Right.
I mean, there's no acrimony. We're not angry, and we speak to each other regularly. It's not a big deal. But yeah, you're right. We're not. That would be fair because I'm not. If we were having people over for dinner, I wouldn't be like, "Hey, why don't you come over for dinner?"
Or you want to go get a beer?
That probably would. Hey, you want to meet up? Let's meet up for lunch on Thursday and catch up and see what's going on. That doesn't happen.
And I don't think it's a bad thing.
Yeah. Do what, Rob?
It would be hard to do that for anyone that you have to pay alimony to.
Yeah, it wouldn't be that hard. I don't think.
Oh, it would be hard for me.
Yeah, but you said it would be hard for you,
Yeah.
Rob?
Oh God.
Yeah. So if you're writing a check to them every month, you really don't want to be their friend.
Unless they're like, I'll pay. I'm like, well, I guess it means I'm paying, but that's fine.
Yeah, you're always paying no matter what.
This is Ace and Friends.
Hey, radio family, we've got a new way to win. Ace TJ Prime Rewards. Win great stuff like gift cards, Ace and TJ merch, concert tickets, and exclusive money can't buy experiences. Win it all with Ace TJ Prime Rewards. It's so easy. Download the Ace and TJ Family app in your app store or at acetj.com/app and start winning with Ace TJ Prime Rewards. New winners every week. Fun and free. Get the app and play Ace TJ Prime Rewards. We always knew you were a winner. Now it's your chance to prove it. Get the app today.